Hey everybody, this is Etsa. I wanted to talk about the new Harvest Moon Light of Hope trailer, and I watched the old one and the new one, and I wanted to kind of give my feedback and thoughts. You'll have some footage of the game in the background that I took from the trailers, of course, so you can kind of get a eyes look at it. I wanted to shine some light on the situation of the game and what I think about it. You see what I did there? Overall, it's gonna be kind of a devil's advocate type of thing, but also, I'm not impressed, but I'm not really surprised either. I played Harvest Moon Seeds of Memories in that game, though it looked kind of bad on the phone. It was actually kind of charming, and it was still fun. I actually enjoyed it. I played a couple seasons of it, and it had some good qualities to it, even though it didn't exactly look very good, which I think is kind of their weakness. I feel like they're trying to figure out what they're going to do without Marvelous making their games, and they're making their own games, which is kind of weird. But in the same vein, I'd like to say that it's good that there's more farming games and more competition, because the way I originally looked at this was Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons are going to compete against each other. So when The Lost Valley came out and that game was like okay, I was looking at it in a way of saying, well, at least there's now two different series of kind of the same thing existing. So if for some reason the Natsume Harvest Moon games get really good and they start competing with the Story of Seasons, they're going to have to try to one-up each other, which will make a better game overall. And of course, Stardew Valley kind of popped up and completely overtook, I feel like, both of them to some extent, because Stardew Valley was really good and he worked on that for a long time. We're not talking about that game, but it is a very good game if you haven't played it. Stardew Valley, amazing. Just, it's worth every penny. It's like hundreds of hours of awesome. Anyways, we're back to Harvest Moon. The game doesn't look very good, but if you look at the things that you're doing in the game, it seems to be better. And if you really look beyond the bad graphics, as long as the game isn't like $60 or something, I really hope it's not going to be $60 for that. Maybe if it's like 20, 30, maybe 40. I could deal with 40 even. If the content of the game is good, then maybe the game will be fun. Because I didn't think Seeds of Memories was going to be good. I got it so I could review it, and I actually had fun with it. And my main problem with the game was the touch controls being kind of weird, and the fact that you couldn't really swap tools, you just had the one tool. I think with the keyboard and mouse, you can kind of combine the two and kind of solve the issue, because a lot of it was just that the touchscreen isn't very sensitive. It doesn't really, it's too sensitive, or it's not sensitive enough. It was hard because you had to draw with your finger where you wanted to water and stuff, but if you're using the mouse, it'd be a lot more precise. So I'm definitely going to pick it up. Regardless, it's going to be fun to at least play it, and I think I'm going to play it no matter what. I don't think it's going to be as good as a hardcore Story of Seasons game would be. Or please, Rune Factory 5, come from somewhere, crawl out of the depths. That's another discussion. Rune Factory is so good. It's so amazing. Anyways, I think the game is going to turn out okay. I don't think it's going to be that good. The music was really obnoxious in the trailer. I did not like it. I took all the sound off of it. No. One thing is that the new Harvest Moons, the characters are really one note. The characters, I don't know if this is true for this game, but they've been using the same characters over and over again since the Lost Valley, and those characters are really bland. They have like Emily, which is a girl who likes to cook, and that's like all she talks about. And the characters are their personalities. They don't really have any depth. So the crazy doctor is the crazy doctor. He doesn't have, some kind of, that I could ever tell, unless I'm horribly wrong, but from what I've seen, they are their quirk. Like, this is the guy who likes to work out, so he's only going to talk about working out. This is the person who likes to cook. They're only going to talk about cooking. This is the dancing person that likes dancing. This is the inventor who likes inventing and doing crazy stuff. Other than that, I want the games to be better. I want them to be good, and I'm hoping that they get better over time. I don't really care for what they're doing right now in this game. It made sense on the mobile phone because it, just worked on a phone. Not sure why they're doing it on the PC, but I think it might be fun to play with a mouse and just kind of relax and just kind of turn off your brain and play for a couple hours. Even if you get, a season or two out of it, it's still pretty good. I'm waiting for the next Story of Seasons. I mean, they're still making the DLC for the 3DS version, so it's going to be a long time before then. I don't even have high hopes for there being another console Story of Seasons. I feel like they're kind of really into the handheld market lately, because I mean, the last couple of games, I think the last 3 Harvest Moons, Story of Season Harvest Moons, the Marvelous Harvest Moon. I'm just going to call it Marvelous Harvest Moon. The Marvelous Harvest Moons have been on handheld for the last couple games. The last game being Animal Parade, I believe, for the Wii on the console, and that game was really good. That was really fun. I really liked that game. It wasn't as good as, the older ones, but that was still a good game. Like, it had everything I wanted. I really liked the charging of weapons and of tools and stuff in Animal Parade. It was good. When you wanted to charge up your tool and they would be like, and they'd charge up. Well, in Animal Parade, you just shook your hand and it would fully charge it. And I thought that was really cool. I don't know. You could wait. You didn't need the motion control, but it kind of sped everything up. But otherwise, it just kind of felt like regular Harvest Moon. I'm getting way off topic. The Harvest Moon Light of Hope, it has achievements, it looks like. It has animals in it. They don't look that bad. The farm looks like you can actually customize it pretty well, from what I could tell in the trailer. And it looks like it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be a fantastic game. It's not going to be the next step. But really, ever since Natsume started making their own Harvest Moon games, they haven't really had a good dedicated team to make the games that I could tell. They don't really know what they're doing yet. They're trying different things. Hopefully they realize, or it might just be a money issue. Maybe they can't afford it. Maybe they can't afford to have all those artists and stuff because they were mainly a publisher. And they've been with Marvelous, Victor Interactive, or whatever they were called. They kind of changed their name a lot. They've had them for a long time making games, and Natsume's been publishing their games for years and years, since, the 90s or 80s or something like that. Don't quote me exactly, but, Super Nintendo, they were publishing for them. And everywhere else in the world, Victor Interactive or Marvelous, same company, they publish their own stuff. Like, it's kind of weird how a lot of people think that Natsume made Harvest Moon when they didn't originally. And it's kind of funny because if you look at the covers for the games, you almost can't even find the actual developer. Like, I always thought it was Natsume until a couple of years ago when they split. That's kind of how I found out. I was like, what? Natsume didn't make Harvest Moon? That's weird, but I figured it out. When the publishers really like to take over their games, if you think about it, publishers, especially in North America, they like to put their name huge on the box, and then they kind of hide the developer sometimes. Not always, just sometimes. Some of them are like, no, you didn't. Just look at our brand. But eventually, I think Harvest Moon will get better as long as you keep playing it. You don't really want to stop playing it because if they might just think it's pointless to even try. Hopefully they'll try. It seems like they still care about it a little bit, right? Or maybe they're just trying to milk the cow dry, but it's kind of weird how they kind of look worse as they went. The 3D The Lost Valley looked okay, it just was different. And I was like, oh, they're trying to make like a weird Minecraft Harvest Moon or something, and they're going to change it back to normal. That's when things got a little fishy. I think that'll be okay, though. In the long run, things are going to get better. The games are going to get better on that side. Hopefully Story of Seasons keeps pumping out games. Hopefully more farming games pop up as people start to play them. Because it's a really good genre, and I don't want it to die. I just want them to compete and keep making better and better games. I'm still waiting for the big console game or the Switch game or something to come out. Or even like a big PC Harvest Moon game. It's like Story of Seasons, like whichever one. I honestly don't care who's making it as long as it's good or they're competing with each other. This kind of became a general rant, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. Anyways, I'm going to give Harvest Moon Light of Hope a shot. I don't have super high expectations of it, but I'm going to try it, and I know it's going to be at least okay. It doesn't look horrible. It looks like it's going to at least work, So anyways, thanks for listening to my rant. Feel free to let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I try to give the benefit of the doubt to these games, even though I think it's probably not going to be that good, but I don't think it'll be horrible. I mean, it's going to be something. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. I know it looks a little disappointing. I just want to try it. I think, because the fact that I tried Seeds of Memories and I didn't hate it, I got bored because it got kind of boring, but it looks like a better version of Seeds of Memories. So since I liked Seeds of Memories, I should like Light of Hope equal to or more than seeds of memories. At least that's what I'm thinking. Anyways, I'm going off on a whole nother tangent again, so I'll see you guys next time. If you like the video, let me know in the comments. I'm trying something new, kind of just free form, talking into the microphone. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Subscribe for more if you want, or don't if you already are. I don't know. I'm not good at this sort of thing. I'm not good at end slate stuff, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.